I am sure sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right. Greetings. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am your host, Manning's Man. I hope all is well with you and you've been having a fantastic day. It's going to be a good one today. I'm telling you. In fact, this is going to be two parts because it's such an interesting topic that I believe it needs to be done in two, because there's a second part of it that I will need to discuss and share with you so you can have a more fulsome understanding as to some of the shenanigans and wranglings that are unfolding in the federation, that is the Jamaica Football Federation, which may shape and decide how the upcoming elections will play out. So you don't want to miss these two vlogs that I will be doing over the next couple of days, I'll say. I'm going to try to keep them, but I have some other engagements, and I think depending on how those go, it may affect the timing of the vlogs. But whenever I do them, I'm going to ensure that I give you ample warning of the part two, because I think the part two is going to be so critical. But you have to get what is going on in part one so you can understand. All right. So again, welcome to the channel. Lots and lots of appreciation to all of you. I always want to thank you for your love and your support shown to I Am Sure Sports. We don't always agree on all things, but there is mutual respect to all persons and their comments. Though sometimes we can go off tangent, we seek to respect each other and to be honest and open and give all persons an opportunity to share their thoughts. I continue to say great appreciation must be shown and given to vloggers. Vloggers have really opened up a new avenue and given persons an opportunity to express themselves. All over. Because there's a time when many things are happening in football, yes, and we weren't able to know and to communicate. And so the fact that there are all these vloggers out there now doing these things, it is good. And so um thanks to all the vloggers who are doing their work. Big up to the sponsors of this video. The sponsors are Prestige Finance, lending a helping hand when you need it the most. They're located in Linstead, St. Catherine, Jamaica, offering loans of up to 100,000 Jamaican dollars, especially for this back to school. There is no processing fee, same day processing, and only 0 to 4% interest rate. You can call them at 876-884-7390. All right. Also, I want to say a big thank you to Launch Legacy, where they handle risk and they seek legacy for all your personal insurance needs in Canada and the USA. Visit Launch Legacy at launchlegacy.com or call or text them at 647-989-0782. Patrick Reed will be on the other end of the phone, and certainly he will be there to help you. All right. Big up, God bless you. Fresh God as usual, and all the other mods. Big up, Jarvis. Good to see you. Big deal then. Rob Smith in the building. Big up the double agent in the house. Definitely. Jason, blessings, my brother. All right. Coach Minzy, enough respect. You understand, man? Yeah. Yeah, man, the six is real. The six is real. You will notice there are six faces on the picture, so the six is real. Just want to let all of you know that the Manning's school won their fourth game today. They have played four and they have won all four. You understand me? CC, CC, they're asking for you, CC, CC. The people are asking for you, CC. I don't know. I don't. They call you 16 CC. So you need to come and explain that to the people. CC, when you have some time, make some time. Come on to the vlog and explain to us what this 16cc is about. We need to know. We need to know, CC, because I'm still not clear on how you came by that name, CC. 16cc. I don't know. So please, CC, join the show at some point. Call in and tell us about that, because I have no clue what is going on. I'd love to know though, because it seems like it is something of great interest. All right. So big up yourself, CC, wherever you are. All right. All right. So I don't know if you are familiar with the faces on the thumbnail for the video. So I need to give you the faces, tell you a little bit about them, and then we get into the video as to what it is. It is not clickbait, it is actually happening. All right. And I know that some of the other vloggers will probably pick up and carry on from here, but it's important. Now, this I've been doing some research, some digging, some searching for around a month and a half now. All right. Once I did a video about the changing of the electoral process, I sought to figure out where the votes were and where people were with all the things that were happening in the JFF. You started to figure out, like, okay, if this person from this parish and that happened to him, how does that impact their support for the present leadership? So I've been doing some work. All right. So Sheridan Samuels is a person. He is, when you look at it, he's a person to the extreme left. All right. He is a footballer. Also, he is uh, the mayor for the parish of Hanover, and its capital is Lucy. All right. He's the mayor, and he's also the president of the association there. All right. That's Sheridan Samuels. All right. On that picture, you have Baron Watson. He has multiple function because he's a part of the Jamaica Cricket Association, and he has some whole heap of portfolio, which is something that there is a problem with. If you're going to serve football, leave the other portfolios. Big up Burn Drain, and thank you for the early super chat. Danny Dredd, the man of the moment. All right, listen, Danny Dredd is different from Danny Beckford. All right, so Danny Dredd sometimes is on the platform. That's not Danny Beckford. Danny Beckford is not called Danny Dredd. All right. So that's for Paul Watkins. All right. So the second person is Baron Watson, who Baron Watson is the president of the Manchester Football Association. He was a head of delegation when the U20 team went away. All right, did a good job given all the stuff that were happening. But here is what is happening now. So Barry Watson took over when Dalton Wint had to move into the general secretary position. So that is how he took the reins of the Manchester. All right. Then you have Gregory Daly. Gregory Daly's story is very similar to Baron Watson. Now, Bruce Gaynor, who was a president for Montego Bay, went on to be a vice president. So Gregory Daly came on. All right. If you watch JPL games, you're at the games, he's normally a match commissionary at the games and stuff. All right. So that's 3. All right. You have Danny Beckford, who is like the standalone man, and I'm going to tell you a little bit because nobody gets Danny Beckford vote, right? So let me just say that right up front. He gets his vote is for him. He stands alone. He's the only side Danny Beckford is on is his side. If Senton gets 2 votes, they are going to him and him alone. Even if nobody don't nominate him, he ain't voting for nobody but himself because Danny Beckford believes the football needs him to change it. He believes that he should be the president. So nobody not getting his support. All right. After Danny Beckford, you have right there, you have Raymond Anderson. Raymond Anderson is also part of the Jamaica Olympic Association. He's from St. Mary. But when he moved up to his present position from St. Mary, then that's Raymond Anderson, he gave it to Pearson. Raymond Pearson is his name, who is the head of St. Mary. All right. And the other person she's a sole female who is Elaine Walker Brown from St. Mary. So I've given her the 6 names who are on it. All right. Now these 6 men, 5 men and women, I know that it is out there that Elaine Walker Brown would love to take on the presidency. And so she is trying to see what kind of support she can drum up. And if she gets nominated, and when that time comes, she's going to run. But based on my investigation, it would be very difficult for her to win. In the next video, I'm going to tell you who are the 3 most likely person to win the next election. All right. I'm just giving you some details and some background. All right. The other person on that list is Danny Beckford. Danny Beckford is going to run unless something catastrophic happens. He's going to run himself for the presidency. All right. Something would have to happen for that to change. All right. So he's planning on run. So that's 2 persons. So that means those 2 persons are possibly the likelihood of them supporting the present president is low. The probabilities are low. All right. All right. Raymond Anderson. He's one of the most vocal persons in terms of running. And the currents of him running has been out there and has been publicized a whole lot. So of the 6 persons, he's the one who is out there the most in terms of winning. All right. I'm not going to tell you the other 3 because I'm going to do a video tomorrow on the other 3 persons. All right. So you get that. No. So why do I have 6? Because Gregory Daly, Sheridan Samuels, Barry Watson, Now, the Dalton Wint situation has not gone down well. And so the support he'd get from that particular area, he doesn't have anymore because many believe that Dalton Wint became a fall guy though he was not responsible for many of the things that he was relieved of his duty for. It wasn't, like Shaggy said, it wasn't me. Well, it wasn't him. And so, in that circle, the present president has lost support. It is also rumored that Gregory Daly in Montego Bay is going to resign his post. Now, you need to listen in because he's planning on resigning. All right. Now, if you know the West, right, the 4 Western parishes normally vote for the same person. They stick together. It is like the power block. They call them some king stuff in election. I don't know. I don't remember the correct term, but I remembered it today. But that's Hanover, Westmoreland, St. James, and St. Elizabeth. Sorry, St. James, Hanover, Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth. Those 4 parishes normally, Trelawney, Montego Bay, St. James, and Hanover, Trelawney, St. James, and Westmoreland. Normally, they vote as a block. They normally don't separate their votes. So, Gregory Daly resignation is an indication so that those 4 parishes may not be supporting the present leadership. All right. So you realize how many persons, based on what I'm saying to you people, are, unless Mr. Ricketts can convince them, he doesn't have that support right now. Right? Don't know about the rest. I remember I told you about Manchester, St. Mary, and there's one person out east that I'm going to speak about tomorrow, because that person out east is very favorable, but he is not going to put himself in the position. But if people nominate him, he could win. Well, other people, the thing I'm going to tell you about him tomorrow, right? Because I need to do a video and just do 3 persons, the president and the 2 other persons, right? All right. So that is what is happening. So there's a lot of disunity problems, and people have been trying to get people. All right. There are a couple of things that cause some of this. The Dalton Wynn situation turned off a lot of people. The Andre Blake situation recently caused some turmoil in the system, because there are still persons who believe this. I'm talking about within the federation in different parishes, who believe that he should not have been. Others believe that he should. So there are some issues there. But there are some persons who work with the federation. They're part of I don't know the specific names, but here's what is happening. You ever heard about the outside influencers? Some believe that the present president has sided with the outside influencers. But the outside influencers are not for him. And the people in the federation feel like we need to get rid of the leader of the outside influencers totally out of the football. And the president has said, no, I'm working with the leader of the outside influencers. Though the leader of the outside influencers don't want the president around. So I don't know. So that's what is happening. All right. Now, a lot of these guys know that you see the name. You have to listen to the people, because these things are real. 6 is real. The people who you see, there are some posts that are up, because how the GFF work, which is what I think is the major problem with you're not going to stop having conflict of interest. I'm going to tell you why. All right. So here's the thing. When a person is going to run, he promises positions, right? In other words, there are 4 vice presidents. So a man is going to say, listen, if me, and me are your vice presidents, then we will vote for you. You follow me? So You see these 6 persons, they want positions. Some want vice president position. If not that, they want to be confed chairman or woman, president. They want to determine who is technical director and the finance person. And so they have their group that they're saying, listen, if you watch this, if you want us to vote for you, out of the block of us, you have to select your vice president, confed chairman, and we get to determine all of these things. So can you see why there is the foundation for conflicts to be there? That is the problem with the football. I think that is the problem. So people vote for who going to put them in position. Because really and truly, what a parish president is going to say is this: when I vote for you, if I don't get a position, there's nothing. There's nothing. You don't have to do anything in the parish. So the only benefit for me is if you give me a post. Can you give me a post? Can you give me a post? And so the person who is the candidate will say, yes, I will give you a post. So now it is not based on competence or knowledge of the job. It is based on votes. It's really, truthfully, it is a form of buying votes. It's a form of buying vote. I don't know if it's a general practice when it comes on to electoral processes, but that's what it is. I see, let me just take a couple of comments. Tuffy Rudy says, blessed management, what Danny Beckford interview, and based on what I observe, I think he would be doing the Federation injustice if he runs. We actually need some youth. Listen, I can tell you this, that he's going to run because he believes, and this is all right. Listen, we must never push age above competence. All right? What do I mean by that? I want competent people no matter their age. I don't want age that is incompetent, no matter what age group that is. However, I think there needs to be an integrating of younger minds, competent young minds in the system. Because when you look at it, the votes, 16 of the votes, well, 13 and 13, 26 of the votes are still with the parish presidents. Let me say that to you again. So 26 of the votes are already with the parish presidents. So each parish association gets 2 votes. The president gets 1. And here is what some are suggesting, that the vice president get 1. People, come on, you know a sense. You know things that if the president get 1 and the vice president get, both of them go and vote for the same person. Because it is the president who really brings in the person for vice president, They don't come in by themselves. He has to make them a part of their slate, his slate, kind of a thing. That's how it works. So wherever one goes, the other will go. And that is a part of the problem. So that's 26 of the 57 vote. It means you only have 21 leave. So if a man get all the parish president and him said all he need is 1 more vote and him win the election. I think the parish president should keep their vote. But there should be a meeting of the affiliates from the parishes. If you are an affiliate, there should be a general meeting where the candidates are presented. And in that room, there is a vote for the people to determine, are you picking candidate A, B, or C? When that is done, that's where the vote goes. So every person who has a functioning club in the parish should be a part of the process of determining where the second vote for the parish goes. Except the teams that are like in the Premier League who already have their votes. Yeah. All right. Making sense? Oi, 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 oi. No, puppy. Me don't want me. Me don't want no work. No, you talk about. I don't want any work, man. Come on, man. You know no better than that. That's not my style, man. No, not bother with that, man. We are trading. I think trading corruption for corruption. I don't see any of the people you have mentioned being deserving of any JFF post based on their track record. And that, Leighton, that is a very good point. Oh, 31 left CC. Yeah, 26. Yeah, 57. Oh, CC, you're bright, man. How which school you go? $31 left. There you go. There goes. What CC? Can you come on CC and explain to me why the people them call you C16 or something like that? What is going on? What is with that CC? They want to cause any. If it's controversial, you can let it stay. But if it is not, you can come and explain to those of us who don't know. All right. So people, that is the state of affairs. The state of affairs is I believe the parish president should keep their one vote. The next vote should be all the affiliates coming together and based on the candidates. Now, there are three persons that are possible candidates. I don't know if one will or the other. I don't know if two will. Well, the president is going to go back, but the other two, I think they are trying to find out. They are trying to feel out. Some people, and listen, vloggers, let me talk to the vloggers. Vloggers, you must be careful that you manage your platform because there are persons who, long before all of this, they would not make themselves available. As time of election begin to emerge and candidates begin to show up, persons are going to begin to want to use the opportunity to use these platforms to share their thoughts and idea and to make their thing public and all of that. Do not be used. Do not be manipulated. No, you may have had relationships with some of them and you have spoken to some of them because I have. And there's a genuineness in their effort. But don't allow your platforms be used as a tool for spreading a person's agenda who had no liking for you until they had their own personal agendas. Want you to hear me. All right. So that is the state of affairs. There is like I said, Elaine Walker Brown. Many believe that she's feeling out. So what is happening is that you will see a lot less people going away on trips now because everybody split up. Everybody vex up now. Hold on. Hey, Rob, man is how can the general public get involved in the votes? Here is how. So if you run a club, right? So like if you run a club, can remember if you run a club or you are suppose you have a youth club that play in your parish competition at any level, you normally have what they call you have to be affiliated to the parish. So even if you have a corner league, you're and stuff, your corner league team, and the corner league paid affiliation fee to the FA. any voting process, you can be involved in it, because you are a parish affiliate. So that is why I'm saying the second vote should be for all of those groups to come together and they vote on who they should vote for. The parish president should not determine that, and it should not be given to the vice president, because the president vote is the vice president's vote. Them already vote already. So the next vote from the parishes should not be given to the parish president or the vice president. The affiliates must come together. It's 100 of them, all 100 come together and they determine which one of the candidate they should. That is presently the only way. I know that there's a player association or past players association. If you're a past player, you can then do it there. If you're a part of ISA, you'll get a vote. The tier 2 clubs, the Premier League clubs and the female clubs, they will also have votes as well. So that's how the public can, as far as I know. I haven't really received some of the outlays of how the rest of the votes are going to break down and how they are going to go. Rob Smith says, but man, is you only have one co-worker. The other agent. Rob Smith, you lose me right yesterday. We are talking. A coach is this you call other agents of one co-worker. Careful, Rob Smith. Hey, Rob Smith. Style and flavor. Are you the man to deal with, sir? Man, we have no clue who are some of these candidates. Man, we have you don't. But tomorrow I'm going to tell you the 3 persons that, one of them is the president. So I just need to tell you the other 2. Right? Because one is the president. So there are 2 other persons. All right? The man, our coach means it. Rob Smith now call with double agent, sir. So me and you are 2 double agent. And you are my only co-worker. Man, I call me CVM boss. So only Mr. Speed should be allowed on platform because he's one of the only one. No, I'm not saying that. No, but what I'm saying though is that the truth is maybe like, I don't know, maybe the other vloggers normally and generally talk to the other people, but for the reason they have not come on. But I'm saying, all I'm advising them is that if a man never wanted to be a part of your program and always have negatives about it, if he wants to use it now as a platform for his agenda, I think you have to be wise and don't allow it. That's just my word of advice, but it don't have to be followed. But that is my word of advice. All right. So yeah. So that's all I'm saying. So it is like I said, Sheridan Samuels, Baron Watson, Gregory Daly, Danny Beckford, Raymond Anderson, Ilian Walker Brown. And these guys and lady, they are, like I said, these are 6. So if you think about like which parish, all right, remember now you have to check like Ilian Walker Brown, right? Female male team over there, Dunby Holden over there, Portmore over there. I mean, what control she have over that? You have to begin to count those votes that are over in that area. You go to Montego Bay. Montego Bay you have Falkland, Mobile United. All right, you know that like you have a team like Wadada who had issues with the JFF before. You understand me? So when you begin to calculate it like that, you can see where right now I think the president is in problems. Again, let me tell you some of the main reasons. One, the Dalton Win thing. Many of the persons in the association, especially from in his area, are not happy with how he was treated. There's still some issue with how the Andre Blake issue was dealt with, and the fact that some persons felt out of a matter of principle he should not have been. Others think like, because, all right, word is this decision was the coach and the president who said Andre Blake need to be in the side. All right. The other major problem with the federation is Della Marley and what they call the outside influencers. They are people who think, and in their meetings they have had heated discussion from my investigation, that she should not be a part. And it is said that the president insists that she must be a part. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah. All right. Coach is this magazine. All right. Let me see if we can get this Ishmael. Yo, star. Oh boy, me feel bad in Ishmael. We are gonna link up in Ishmael. Ishmael, you have to call me. Ishmael, you need to call me. You need to call me. My name is man. I am not impressed with Danny Beckford. His views are too parochial for my liking. Uh, um, Danny Beckford. What can I say? And honestly, people, this is just my opinion. There are 13 parish presidents, right? 13. I honestly don't know if I have any confidence in any of them. That's me. I don't have any confidence. Right now, I'm not confident that any of the minds there can move the football forward in a way that would satisfy me. That's me. And it don't mean that they are a bad person. It don't mean that they don't know what they're doing. I just think that based on their years in the football, where football is at right now, where it needs to go, I don't think we have those kind of minds in the leading the parish associations to bring us to that place. There may be people within the parishes who could, but I don't think. Wayne Shaw is the CASAFA president. Um, yeah, good guy, good guy. Danny, listen, the truth is, Danny Beckford and I, we communicate regularly. Um, Wayne Shaw, good guy. Telling, I've met like Gregor Daly, cool youth. Every time we them match and sing, no, I mean, cool person. I mean, I have no issues with him. Like, um, I've met them. Some of the real, not all of them. I know Ilian Walker Brown, person I've spoken to as well. I met the Trelawney has a new. This is the next thing, because the person who was running Trelawney migrate out of the blues or left Jamaica out of the blues. So it have a new president, a gentleman named Mr. Sims. Met him recently. But the truth is, I don't think Everton Tomlinson used to coach me as a youth, right? Westmoreland. But from I know Worm and them Russies, man. They I hear about them and they playing football. Um, you understand me? So and him brother named Cement Kid who used to play for JDF and some and I kind of in a them way they kind of. But I personally I don't. Maybe you can disagree with me, people, but I don't think none of the present parish presidents have have what I believe is needed to take the football to the place that it needs to go. And I'm doing this based on when I look at the parishes. When I look at St. Mary, for example, brethren, St. Mary can't even get a team out of the interzone. The St. Mary football, like, yeah, I don't know. Trelawney. I mean, Hanover. If Russies were taken up out of Hanover, you'd wonder if Hanover have anything to do with football. I think about Westmoreland. Listen, Westmoreland couldn't even field a team in the tier 2. St. Elizabeth just have Treasure Beach, which is so when it scans through the parishes, when they scan through the parishes, over the last few years, if you were to measure, the the ability of the parish presidents with what is happening with the football in the parishes, I think most of them would feel like you can't even put your hand on anything to say that parish president. That ain't a friend enough, but even when you come to Senton, a lot must be given to Peter Gould, because before Peter Gould, I mean, you had the Brazil and those things. There was no stability. The Marcus Garvey's, the high school, the OCI, they weren't progressing. You have Lacey and Murray and Jody Brown, probably two brightest prospects. They had a youth named Tete who was in the national team, but even that, and then Kaim Parish. So even that, you're not seeing the kind of work at the parish level to say, listen, no man, this man, the whole heap of work in parish, man. Look them man, look on the field. Listen, look how much baller from the parish. Look how the school them do. You can't find that in the parishes. And I think that is my problem. I don't know, maybe people disagree with me, but that is the issue I have. I don't know. So let me take some of your comments and see. Maybe you disagree with me, but that's just where I am at still. Maybe I need to be more optimistic, and maybe I need to learn more and study more about them. But that is how I feel. I check Portland. I can't like Portland, St. Thomas. Come on, man. Big up Gunners boss. KS. Welcome. None of them no make one. They don't have a choice. They want Marley back up the woman program and go home. Yeah. Big up Nikai as well. I think I answered that. All right, Ishmael. Christopher Wright. Baron Watson can't manage that. And this is a Manchester man. Baron Watson is an old man now, man. Like, I think, all right. So, I don't want age to be a thing. But Baron Watson is more beneficial to cricket, I think, my opinion still. What about the Premier? Listen, I think the Premier League man is a very good businessman. But you see the footballing stuff, I think, I don't know, I feel like he should be in charge of a part of the football that can exist independently, that deals with all the marketing, the promotion, the investments, that kind of part. Like, I think that is where he should be. Anybody who becomes the president should create a part of the federation that deals with the marketing and management of financial resources, the auditing, the accounting, and he should be an instrumental part of that. I think that is where it's best served. But to be over the entire football, I don't think he's willing to take on that right now. Yeah, that's what I think, Glenn Wright Gray. Big up yourself, man. So who? St. Catherine is control. The president over there is Elaine Walker Brown. Interviewed her recently. Very nice lady. Very nice lady. The only lady presently serving as a parish president. And people, you can call in and give your thoughts. The lines are open. Let me make sure that everything is up and running. And let me get that set up for you. Yeah, man. Yeah, setting up the line so you can call in and share your thoughts on this. All right. So the lines are up and running. Hello, who is this? Gunners boss.
Big up yourself, man.
Yeah, man. Gunners boss, what's up?
Boy, I chat and laugh. Me there, I watch and forget the issue I go and look at. Me now like chat and laugh, have a buzz. Forget the issue I go on, but me there now. So, man.
Yes, I just see the question. I know. I don't want that job, sir. Not yeah. I've other things. That's it.
Too much to bear. Too much to bear, brother.
Yes, sir.
You can't be too good to be bad, and you can't be too bad to be good, where that job is concerned. But what I think, you see the Premier League thing at Jamaica now is it's a free for all thing where every manager and everybody do them own thing. The people them need, if you want the football to run better around the place, you have to have an independent commission. A man when they really have no stakes in nothing, so he can dish out punishment and make rules and regulation. Me I talk about some people are going to say me I talk foreign, me I talk some NBA and NFL style thing. You understand?
Yeah, but
You
that
have
that
an
would only
independent
work
commissioner.
though because it is not franchise system. How would you have an independent commissioner when
So you have to start it. That's why the thing have to change. It should have be a franchise. So that's what is the JFF doing then? Me think said because it coming like at the JFF head at the commissioner for local football, don't?
no the head of the local football is not the Chris Williams led group.
And that's everybody is so who is the commissioner, the top man, we make all the rules and the regulation. Like how we know say Mr. Silva do it over NBA.
I don't think there's one person. There's a grouping of people who I think run it, So there's you have different committees, you have disciplinary committee, but I guess you're right. At the end of the day, the final decisions and many things are probably in the hand of the GFF, which is what you're saying is not how you want it to be.
The JFF should have been that's what the thing confused. The JFF should have been an entity who only responsible for our national football team and what goes on over there. That's what Mr. Ricketts them for them. They're not supposed to have nothing to do with the Premier League and them thing, because these are private owners who own these things, So if the JFF have to put money in the local league, then where private people own. How people no understand that part, complain. Then we get for them to get money to do all these things, when them get that money, them have to teach out to sports, parishes, clubs, and all these things.
It's kind of funny, right? Because the NBA is the National Basketball Association.
Mm-hmm.
And Adam, is it the national, or there's an American basketball? Go ahead.
It's different from US basketball. It's a whole different entity.
Okay.
Entity that when the team will go to the Olympic, them choose players. The national team choose players from the NBA and maybe a few from. I don't know if them still use college players no more. Can't go tell you, say, factually they're using college players because I haven't seen them using college players for a while now. But that's where you choose from. So that's what me I say. People is pressuring the JFF. The JFF should have been absolved from all of those things. Concentrate on our national football and allow the Premier League clubs.
Yeah, but I don't know. All right, what I'm saying though is that so the FA in England still have oversight over the Premier League.
Yes.
Right. The same thing in France. The same thing in over there in Spain, in Germany. So in all of the countries, I think football is the only place the franchise thing is that I think is in the United States and probably in Australia, because it's not something FIFA like. If FIFA could, I think they would change the American system. It's just that they can't.
But America, and that's why America is gonna change. Remember, a couple of years ago when Missy America, and some years back when Missy America do this thing, I'm telling you, America is going to change football to their way.
You really believe that? You really believe that America can go to England and change how English football is, and go to Spain and change it, and Germany? You really think so?
A lot of people can copy from America, and if them look into it and see that there is more millions there than they can make today, than they are making now. So the Premier League clubs say, if we go revenue sharings and do like the NBA and these teams, and we can make more money. Think so they would go that way?
No,
because the Premier League's clubs don't do revenue. It's not revenue. It's not a revenue sharing thing, right?
Of course they do. They get there's revenue sharing, because when the TV deal is done, the money is shared. It's not shared equally.
But that's what I'm telling you.
So bigger clubs get bigger money.
I don't know if it's equal share they do, but I mean, most of the money where the NFL teams make, or I think something like that, it is shared amongst all other teams and the NBA and them thing. That's why. Well, true that them not have relegation and all them thing after them leagues. So maybe I'm getting it kind of twisted, but something like that would work. You have to find a better way to work the thing, man, and take off some of these burden off of the JFF. So whatever money them get, them can concentrate on national football. That's what we want to see. And assist the private man. I mean, it's coming like say when JFF give money to private clubs, you know, I bail them out, you know. And them should not bring money to the JFF if anything.
Yeah, but right
All
across the
clubs.
world in the leagues, that's what happened. The FA helped to manage the clubs.
I
understand the American system, but what I'm saying though is that all of these other nations will tell you, we have been doing this for so many years and it has been working. Why change now? Why follow the American way? The American way, they're going to tell you that the American way of Major League Soccer is not as successful as La Liga or EPL. That's what they're going to tell you.
The American way of soccer on a whole is not as successful as even maybe even in Mexico. Then because it is just catching on. You see a couple of years ago when the EPL come out and
no, we talk about just catching on, man. Where was it 1990? Hold on. No, man. Hold on. Where was the World Cup in 1990?
All when the World Cup was in America in 1990, foot soccer never seriously in America. It's catching on. Big up
the big artists in the building. You know, the big artist Kim Righteous just dropping at the building. So big up Kim Righteous. Man, it's a blaze. I feel up the artist, you know. The I am sure jingle, man. Yeah, man. I am sure sport. That we sure about. When we say,
big move. Love it. Big move.
Yeah,
Keep righteous. Do your thing. Be great. That's all me I tell you. Be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Be great. Like how you say, man's man start a little thing and it's being great and it's going great. You know, it's a nice little way of it. Take some people.
I see some people trying to suggest. All right, so let me just get some of the comment. Don't move. All right, big up Emac. Let me just get this one up here from Brain Drain because as people soon come to all of the comments, just give me a little bit of time. Want to make sure that people get a fulsome understanding of what I'm saying, and if you don't understand, ask so you can get some clarity. I'll repeat. Yes, Americans will. America owners pushing All-Star EPL game. So Brain Drain is basically saying that he believes that America will have the American way of running football in England and the other places. Brain Drain, you're not going to see that happening. I'm telling you.
Let me tell you something. The American model.
You must understand, so a lot of the clubs, because even City is not owned by Americans. Some of these clubs are owned. Some of these clubs are already owned by billionaires, you know.
But hold on, let me ask you something now. Billionaires. So you know things the billionaires, if a man have Mr. Amazon right now. Mr. Amazon buying out everything and nobody no richer than him. You know, think the billionaires want more billions.
Yeah,
you
but
as we're talking about this, I'll show you how serious this thing get managed, man. You remember a couple, because me keep going back to things when me say that already. Remember a while back I said radio and TV as we know it, it won't be as terrestrial radio and TV will not be as we know it anymore. You remember me telling them, you say them thing up on the radio, me say away you and coaches desk and them people there at them thing, the streaming thing at work now. Because you can do that anytime, any place when people don't have no time to sit down and wait for 12 o'clock news no more, you know. So you see the command we are bringing news later rather anytime like now, people come in and sit down now and watch it. The American out there, people are you know, things that people are take market at the America, I take stock at the American thing model and I check it and I say yes.
The first thing, what I'm saying, let me just go back to this and then we'll see if we can take a couple others. Right?
I want to touch one more topic real quick.
Man. All right, let me say this. Before America can change football in them places there. It have to be the number one sport in America. Just like how football is the number one sport in England and the number one in Spain and the number one in Germany. You can't be the number 4 or number 5 sports in your country and want to bring ideas to change it. No, sir. It have to be the number one in America. You think it will be the number one in America?
It will not get to be number one, I think, but because
Gunners boss, you have a next.
It's growing, you know. It's growing, man.
I know you say you have a next point. No, man, hold on. I know you say you have a next point, but we have a next call coming in. So just go ahead so we can take the next call. And the middle are taking big up Danny Dread, Real Al Baller, Sean Ellis, R&R. Why you ask me to support Portugal? No, man, Brazil me thing them, man. Man, are the reggae boys players already in the one from the US in the US? They arrive on the 23rd. It is the 23rd that they're going to be there. Yeah. But go ahead, Gunners boss, with the last point, and then we'll call back the caller.
Yeah, man. As I was saying now, if you notice everything, again, you have to go. Look more from this. You're going to have to pay for your NBA finals. You have to go behind the paywall fight. You're going to have to go behind the paywall to get your Super Bowls, and maybe even your Premier Leagues and all these finals. You're going to have to go behind Amazon, go over Amazon, the subscription or the paywall, whatever. Amazon, are one of those places to get it. Because look at it now. Aaron Judge is going to break the single season Major League Baseball home run record on Friday. And if you don't have Amazon Plus, you won't be able to see that game, even in New York. That's all me I say. So people, when you see man doing thing, when you drop a little thing, support the thing, make the thing run. When I drop nothing tonight, because my credit card burn up, me have to go try it. Rehash it out that
Brain to Amazon Prime. All right, bless
Amazon Prime, Amazon Plus. Well, Brain Drain, thanks for the correction, because you know, me kind of old, I don't really remember nothing, me just give you a hint of what's going on.
All right, good. All right, good as well.
Like we said, well, Thursday night, if you don't have the Amazon, you can't see Thursday night football no more neither.
Really?
So them things.
No, not tell me that. Yeah. Me can't watch Thursday night football. Me can't watch every football.
If you watch it, go and watch it or you watch it, you know. But
yeah, we can't watch every football. We watch every football. Eh? No, you know that on regular.
Man, you're a big man in IT. You have subscription. You need to send me some of them subscriptions so I can watch some things. But me then I listen to you and I go and watch that and laugh at the same time. I listen one and I watch one.
All right, then.
Big up on yourself. Thanks for the time and thing. And just go and support the show and make me can get like a pay for the time when me come spend over here with my name's man. And me never see no drop no super chat for my birthday. So, I don't know, I still owe the show, I think, for my birthday when pass on the 19th of September. My name's man, big up on yourself, gone.
Yeah. All right, then, cool. All right, so let's see if we can call back the caller. We had a caller who was trying to get on while Gunner's boss was on, so let's see if we can get him back. Yeah. So that is okay.
Good night, man. How you doing?
Welcome, Cranky to I Am Sure Sports.
Good conversation. Yeah. Disappointing in some of the things that you have mentioned.
Yeah.
Especially concerning the quality of the candidates who are gonna run for.
Well, I think I did say maybe I am wrong. Maybe they are doing things that I don't see. That's just my opinion, right? From what I have seen. So maybe I could be wrong. Maybe you have seen differently. I don't know.
But you have pointed out some evidence to substantiate your position, right? Which is calling out in a number of the different parishes the lack of progress in football. Frankly, the regression in football in a number of those places, not progression. So. And if you look at the body of work, because normally when you try to hire anyone, they have a resume and their body of work sort of give you some indication whether or not they can do the job. And from what you're saying, the body of work for the individuals who want to attain the position, they don't seem to be qualified to do so. Now, we can't go to foreign and hire somebody to run the JFF. That wouldn't work. So I don't know how this is going to work, management, because we want sustained performance as it relates to the football program. We want the team to be competitive on a continuous basis, not just have a coach come in for 4 years or 2 years and do something and leave, and we go back to where we were. So how do we get, as you said, there needs to be a diversity in terms of age, thought, skill set to assist with the program. And right now, that's not evident. You have a bunch of, even though I pushed back on you the other day about the age as a criteria for determining who should be in position, it still seems like we have a lot of dinosaurs who have been there for years, have the positions, but haven't made use of the positions to help the football grow. I'm sure it's a blanket statement we're making, a general statement. I'm sure in some pockets that's happening, but it's not pervasive enough for us to get comfortable that we have enough quality people out there with the skill sets needed to progress the program. And that's very, very disappointing. And actually, more than disappointing, very concerning. So the one question we're going to ask is, what do we do? Because even the electoral process to me is somewhat flawed. As you noted when you were discussing how the process is to elect the president, the problem that you have is that to me, the electoral process shouldn't just stop at the president. There should be a number of offices
that
which
person
people
vote
are
for.
elected for.
Yeah,
yes.
Yep. Instead of being appointed to the post, you're elected to the post. Let me just answer because somebody said, what does that mean? So I think there's some question from Elaine. Welcome, Miss Elaine Walker Brown is in the chat. They say, welcome, Miss Elaine Walker Brown. So we're doing 2 videos, right? We're going through every person who's in the JFF. So you are part of the first 6. So tomorrow we'll do the next 6. I don't know. So that's how your name. You are a parish president. We're doing a video about the parish presidents and where they could be going and what they could be doing as we look forward to the JFF elections in November 2023. So if you want to come on, we'd love to hear what you have to say. But go ahead, Cranky.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't think the electoral process should stop at the president. As you said, inherent in that process are conflicts. So
must have conflict because
as you know,
if I say to you, right, if we get to be if you win and if for us to vote for you, we have to get assurance that we will be vice president or head of this or head of that. Right? That creates a conflict because now you're being appointed not on the basis of your competence.
Yeah, no, and I think that's normal in politics. That's standard in politics. And even more pervasive in less industrialized society. That's normal. But you're trying to be above that. And you're trying not to have that be part of your process. You want a very fair, objective, independent process where people get elected by the personnel who are deemed to be the person who's going to make those decisions. And you don't want the president or anyone in that position to be compromised in terms of how they get elected and how they make these decisions. So that's somewhat disappointing.
Yeah.
And frankly, if you want to vote for something and you have the ability to influence others to vote for you, you're going to do what's necessary to attain the position. That's normal politics, but we don't want to be in the politics.
Yeah, but I'm saying, all right. Yeah. So let's be real. All right. So we have 13 parish presidents. See this? Like I said, that some of these guys, for example, when Dalton Wind left Manchester, somebody else took. That person is normally the endorsement of Dalton Wind, really, because remember he's the president. So one is he was elected. So if he moves to the general secretary, then somebody is really selected. All right, to do that.
Man. How does Issa get 1 vote and the parish president individually gets 2 votes?
So that is
like how is look what Issa represents. How is that logical? Or
but that isn't that the issue? That's the issue. That is why I am saying that I am okay with the parish presidents keeping their 1 vote. All
right.
For whatever reason you give them, your parish president, you get 1 vote. But you see the second vote that they're allocating to the parish, it cannot be for the vice president. Like I said, the president and the vice president are one and the same.
Yeah.
So all the people, which is where the public should come in, all the persons who operate corner league, 6 aside, 5 aside, once you have a club affiliated to the parish, all of you should come together, and the 3 candidates that are out there, are the 4 candidates, are the 5 candidates, you have a vote of as to which one the second vote should go to. It
So
cannot.
here's the thing, management. I thought it's interesting, management. Here's what I think. So how do the individuals who are able to cast votes, what's their decision making process to elect people for the seat? Do they have debates? Do people come with their portfolios as to what they have done and what they're going to do? Or is it just like, as a kind of thing?
Let's go by the last elections. I think one candidate had a manifesto. The other one said he didn't need to have a manifesto.
Came out the board already.
So what is the point I make? The point there should be, I think Sean Ellis is saying that standard procedure, man, is you can't avoid that when it's a small circle vote. The circle of voters has to be expanded. Yeah, but which is what they're doing. But there should be also I think part of the requirement has to be that, and this need to be written down. What is your manifesto? You cannot run without a manifesto. You have to have a slate of candidates. We will have you do presentations so you have to find a way. You have to find the money to do a presentation to every single parish with the affiliates. It cannot be that the only person you need to convince is the parish president. You have to convince.
You should be able to convince the people in the electoral process who have a vote. They're the ones to be convincing, not the parish president.
Yeah. So I think they have to put it in there. Somebody's agreeing. There must be a manifesto. What that people can see. If you don't have that, what are you running on? And I think that should be.
You're running on, as I said before, you're running on 2 things, right? You're running on your resume and what you're proposing to do, which is your manifesto, right? And also what's very interesting, management, is from what you said earlier, in terms of the potential candidates and their accomplishments today, there are not many good resumes out there so far from what you mentioned. It doesn't appear to be anyway.
All right. So I can just right off the top of the bat, I can go to Westmoreland. Reno is the only team in Westmoreland. Like I said, the tier 2 that came up, Westmoreland did not even have a team in there. Up to this year, there was a move to remove the president down there. People are planning to protest. All right, that's Westmoreland. If you take up Russell's High School out of Hanover, tell me one thing about football from Hanover.
Not much, it doesn't appear.
All right, that's Hanover. St. Elizabeth. You have St. Elizabeth Technical, who hasn't really won anything. I can't remember the last. I don't even know if there was ever a team from St. Elizabeth in the Premier League in my lifetime. Yeah, you understand me? Same thing with St. Thomas, St. Mary.
But then what you're basically saying then, management, is mainly is going to be what people have had problems with in the past, which is it's mainly the premier corporate areas or the cities like Montego Bay, Kingston, St. Andrew. We're going to get where you see most of the football or the players not necessarily come from, but
here's the thing, Crank. Right? I could even use stuff like, for example, I could say, listen, this parish, though they don't have a team in the Premier League, they have consistent under 13, under 15, under 17 competition. Yep. They produce a lot of players into the national team, junior teams out of that, right? They have fixed a couple of surfaces. Yeah, you understand me?
That's more evidence, actually. You can
exactly.
You can see the vision, you can see the thought process, you can see that's a very holistic process that they've undertaken to improve football in their parish where they have control. Even more so than even having a prominent team, right? Because sometimes your prominent team is just based on resources that allows you to do so.
Yeah.
So I think a strategy which someone employs would suggest that they're really thoughtful about how they build a football program, which they have responsibilities for. It's much more evidential to me and much more substantive than someone who may have a very good team and they can go source players from wherever and do really well.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So someone is saying that maybe they don't have to do every parish, but they could do every confed, which are the 4 confeds, and have that where they do a debate in all the candidates do a debate in every confed, 4 debates.
Yeah. No, it has to be a better process than, you know what, we have some sidebar and you tell the persons who want to vote for you what you can do. It has to be a much more
and not only
transparent process about how they go.
And we should know, because when the president is running and you kind of know some of the people, we should know who are the people who are going to be a part of your team.
Well, sometimes that's in most election process that's if it's a process where you're going to select your team, you may have 1 or 2 people who people know, but it's not holistic in terms of everyone's going to inform your organization being known, right? Think about it.
Okay.
Like when you have a cabinet for any position, anything, you won't have a totality of who those persons are. Okay, you got to go source them sometime. You may have somebody for key roles who we can point to, but even sometimes you want to manage that actually.
Yeah,
but I think if you want the role to be the president, you really have to be able to articulate in a public domain to the constituent that you're appealing to, what is he going to bring to the table and how you're going to make things different, what your resume says that suggests that you can do the job. You really, that manifesto should have all of that involved in it. Maybe
exactly.
Who's going to be part of your whole program.
Exactly.
And include all the key things that inform a JFA program, which is whether it's players, your strategy for football, the marketing, your executive, all that should be inclusive and be part of that manifesto.
Yeah. I see St. Thomas.
You should tell the story.
Yeah, somebody saying that St. Thomas had white horses. That is so long ago, yeah, man. Man is, I think, Elaine Walker-Brown is a candidate. Love her ideas. All right, that's Roderick Sharp putting out a shout out for Elaine Walker-Brown. You hear Miss Elaine Walker-Brown? Somebody saying that you should go, you know. I don't know. Oh, somebody saying Value P. You see, we can't. This is a team from St. Elizabeth. You understand?
But I think management, I say this because I don't want to dominate. I want a lot of people want to call it. I want to say this, management. We all should give credit to YouTubers. Some needs to manage how they operate, I would admit. Because as Gunnar's boss said earlier, it's not normal, and it couldn't be, for the traditional media to spend 2, 3, 4 hours talking about the same thing every day for a whole year, frankly. That cannot happen. When YouTubers have that flexibility and the forum and the ability to do so, and really zero in and explore all aspects of a given topic, especially related to football. So this is a medium and a source that's really going to help in a lot of different aspects of life, but we are focused on football here to really scrutinize people in a way in which they have not been scrutinized.
And challenge, because it challenges them. You understand? I am glad that I don't know at what point I didn't see the comment that Miss Elaine Walker-Brown came on and asked, that's what you want. So you know that they are listening. And if there's something that you call and say, no, this is not how it goes. Yeah, you understand me? Same thing with Danny Beckford.
I'm glad. As Jonas Barcelona management, the method employed by traditional media, which is they have their program, they have agendas, they have to go by, they have certain standards, frankly, which also restrict them in some way, shape, or form. But they have to subscribe, adhere to their advertisers about timing of stuff. You can go straight for 2 hours with no interruption, and everyone. And here's more important: everyone in your program or part of your program has an input, right? So you're soliciting ideas from a myriad of sources, because no one has a monopoly in knowledge, and you can then collate that all information and use it, for your purpose. So it is, look, things like YouTube are a great thing for people because you can learn a lot and you can do a lot with these forums.
Yeah. And so that is it. When I scan the whole landscape, most of these guys are 50 and over, which I'm not going to beat them on age. They have been a part of the system. The system has been underperforming. So All right. I always tell people, like, I always say to the people that under my leadership that listen, I'm not going to put you in a position. Yeah, I don't. You work with people, Cranky. Have you heard a person said that if they get the promotion, then they will, start coming in early, and you boy,
Yeah.
you don't know how hard them work. All them want is just. I always say to them, listen, I'm not, I'm not going to promote you to work harder. I'm going to promote you because you are working hard. All right.
Exactly.
The idea.
Man is man.
This,
Man is man. You know what the analogy is, man is man. You talked about people who are dinosaurs in given roles are part of organization. It's equivalent to the electoral process you have for how you govern your country, right?
yeah.
A lot of people are dinosaurs in those positions, for years, and nothing changed in the community, and they still get reelected. That's what we're experiencing here. At least we're expanding the voting role. We
Yeah.
have expanded the number of organizations who are now able to vote.
But it's kind of funny,
It's
though,
still-
cranky. So here's a
Yeah.
joke, right? This whole process is, I think Rob Simit was saying it earlier. The expansion of the vote can only work if it is expanded to a wider amount of people. If when you expand the votes,
Yeah, now I know what you're saying. What you're saying is that no matter how you expand the vote, and the same people are going to get
right.
running
So
for the position.
if you say we're going to 57 vote, and a man who used to have one now have 4, have we really expanded the voting pool? Or we have increased the amount of votes?
So take it from 2 positions, right? So
Yeah.
you've expanded the number of parties who can vote, and what it will do is it will somehow affect the ability of certain individuals to self-select themselves for positions, because now you have certain parties you can't control.
Yeah.
So they may elect other person that will dilute the vote somewhat. So it won't be a concentration you had before. Yes, it will help in some way, shape, or form. What you're saying though is that may be the case, but all 6 parties who may be running, or 4 parties are running.
Yeah.
They're the same people, so you're only going from John to Paul.
I'm going to give you a
Paul
good
is gonna be part of
example.
the system forever.
I'm going to go. If the election were tomorrow, right? Like
Yeah.
Rudolph Speed would have 3 votes. So he has moved from 1 to 3 if the election were tomorrow. To me, that is not an expansion of the voting pool. It's an increase in the amount of votes.
No. It's an expansion of the voting pool.
How?
But what you're saying, no.
Why you see
What
people?
you're saying is this.
Yes.
No. What you're saying is this.
Yeah.
You need to expand the pool of individuals who are pursuing the position. Right? Meaning, not even expand. You need different people, because it's being expanded, because now you're talking about 6 people versus they probably had 3 or 4 before. You need new people, as you say, you need new blood to run for positions. But that's difficult management, because those new blood would have to have been part of the process of which form.
Exactly. So right, yeah. Because all right, so look at this now. So because Mr. Speed, his female team is in the top 4, he gets a vote for that. Because his male team is in the top 4, he gets a vote for that. Part of the technical committee gets a vote. So he would end up having 3 votes. Well, he would have gotten 2 additional votes. Right? Now, maybe by next year, none of his teams are there, so it will change. Because it is not, you understand me, Cranky?
But why is the vote based on whether my team is in a certain position?
Because what they do is that they give the top 4 teams, I don't know how they came to that decision, but they don't give all the teams in the Premier League a vote. Only the top 4 teams in the Premier League gets a vote.
That makes absolutely no sense. That makes no sense.
So what I think should have happened is this. Listen, all the Premier League teams come together and meet and make a decision who they are going to vote for. and whatever votes they have, they go to that. So the top four teams on the male side and the top four teams on the female side, the top four teams on the male side in tier 2 and the top four teams on the female side in tier 2, they get the votes, and I guess that represents the body of the competition that they are in. I don't like that idea.
Why would it's a mind-boggling that you make decisions based on the criteria you just alluded to? It doesn't make any sense to me. Why does your position? So you're saying it's not an equitable process then? Why does where I finish determine if I get a vote or not? Is that logical to anyone with a
because what they're saying is that you can't control the process. In other words, because you don't know who is going to finish. You don't know who is going to finish in the top 4. I don't know. I'm just trying to think like they're probably thinking like in that. No, I know you can't buy the vote because you don't know who's going to finish in the top 4.
No, it's easy to buy the vote because
the top 4
it's
finish.
Only 4 people you're dealing with. It's only 4 people. First of all, certain teams are always up there, and second of all, you don't have as many people to influence. When you have a very distributed community and a lot more people, there's much more people that you have to influence. You only have 4 people.
Here's what I would have done. You see, I would have said, you see the additional votes that they give to the parishes? I think they should have given 1 to the parish president, take the other 13, and give each Premier League team 1 vote. Each club owner gets a chance to vote.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why Parish president has 2 votes in the first place. So.
Yeah, I would take it from them and give it to the parish, the Premier League team. The tier 2, I wouldn't. So I know I can't give all the tier 2 teams a vote. So you have to find a way. Maybe the tier 2 teams, you give them 2 votes, the female two votes, and they have to come together and determine which candidate they're going to select.
Exactly. That should be the process, actually. That should be the process. We think it's just too cumbersome.
Yeah.
And too many parties, too many fish
but
in the pot.
But we have some serious problem, you know. We have because our netball team, Cranky, that just finished his historical medal at the Commonwealth game. Went to the finals, right? You remember that we spoke about. Our netball team left Jamaica to go on a tour to play in New Zealand. And only 6 persons were able to go because of visa issue. You tell me now.
I thought speed was part of the netball program.
No. So
I heard Speed talk. He's involved with the program some way, shape, or form. And so why am I not surprised? Let me just say this, man, which is so funny, man. Those are basic logistical things, you know. Which
is it that what I'm wondering? I think
it's not. You know what? It's not unique to us because I heard that a couple of Argentina players are having visa difficulties. I heard Martinez and somebody else. But you know, the US is a very funny place anyway.
You know what? I heard though, Cranky though, that, and this is why I know. I think I was listening to Sportsmax because they made an issue out of the whole thing. But how the visa thing is, because I guess you can turn up and it just somebody could be having a bad day, which is what the guy was saying. You could just turn up and somebody have a bad day and just deny you.
Manix man. Let me tell you this. I'm going to India in January. Okay.
Yes.
I got a visa from the Indian government just before COVID.
Yeah.
I didn't remember what time it was for. I'm going in January. I just checked my passport because I changed passport as to whether or not my visa is still good. It's not good. So I'm going to get it renewed before I go, Manix man, which is 4 months before we know, September.
Yeah.
And I'm going in January, Manix man. That's what you do, Manix man. You actually don't wait till the appointed time to go try to get your visa because they'll give you a certain duration of time. It may be 3 months, maybe a year, it all depends. So I'm not going to wait till, you know what, I'm going next week. Let me go try to get the visa because as you said, whatever could happen may preclude you from getting it. You give yourself enough time to allow things to happen if they do, or to make sure you secure the visa. Because you're going to buy your ticket, you're going to make commitments. It's illogical management and irresponsible for these things to continue to occur. Sorry, has nothing to do with people at the office who are making decisions or at the consulate. It is the individuals who are in decision-making positions who are, as I use that word a lot, who lack the requisite competence to do their jobs appropriately. Like, that makes no sense. We see that with the football team in terms of travel arrangements and all that. And now you tell me you have with netball. That management, that makes no sense. It's illogical. So you can't make excuses for those situations. You cannot make excuses. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just saying that this is endemic. It's just right across. I mean, like, you know, I don't know. I just trying to think. Like, I I check my documents, man.
You're trying to figure out how that could happen,
yeah,
right?
because I'm thinking, like, how could I be traveling for something important? And like, it's either I don't get
the, you know what's funny?
I'm trying to think, maybe I don't get the visa. I can see, like, suppose I'm going, you know, they have the visa for you to go into Europe. Maybe I don't get it, but I'm thinking, like, I would know that because if I'm going to book a ticket to go somewhere, I normally ensure that I have a visa to go there first.
So, man, I would understand if you were a US citizen or a UK citizen, which I'm both, by the way. Because normally you go in a country, you don't have the restriction that you do, right? Unless you go to Brazil, for example. For a number of countries, if you're a UK citizen or a US citizen, you can just go there. You don't have to worry about no visa thing. But if you're a Jamaican citizen, and I have friends who are Jamaicans who travel, that's what the first thing you have to check in a management. Because for some countries you go to, you don't have that luxury. For a number of countries you go to, especially industrialized countries, you have to ensure that your visa, they have one, but that is still valid. So examples like those are indicative of some of the challenges that we face as a country as relates to the football program, are just things that we do in general, whether it's politics or football program. It's just not logical management. It's common sense. It's not even complex. It's common sense.
Yeah, because
and it's very, very disappointing.
Because I'm thinking, like, I'm not going to book. If I know a visa is required to go to the place, I'm not going to book the ticket until I get the visa. And if I get the visa and I get the ticket, what could possibly stop me from going? Unless they deny me entry for some crazy reason, having had the visa.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
It's difficult, but it's difficult to understand. It's not common. But anyway, I know I've overstayed my welcome. I want to say.
Somebody's saying, I think Danica 90 cent UK give out transit visas. They could have saying that they could have gone through England. So she's basically saying,
yeah, but look, if they even get man, that shouldn't be a consideration. You go into Australia, what's the requirement to get to Australia, and what do I need to do? That's what you do.
Yeah,
I'm going to Australia. You find out what's the requirement to get to the country, and you do what you need to do. It's not whether you're gonna have to make a stop and get an additional visa stamp or whatever it is. Then you do that. But it shouldn't be where you're saying most players haven't gone or can't go.
Yeah, because the coach, I think they went there with 6 players and the coach, and they played the first game and lost 72-45. And the coach had to be a player coach. This is Connie Francis, who retired from netball around 10 or so years ago or more.
So why did they go anyway? Why did they go then?
That's a very good question. Why didn't they just cancel the trip?
And why couldn't they get special dispensation?
And that
because they represent that country.
And then
MPEC is saying the Australian affiliation.
Yeah, and MPEC is saying something too. Yeah. Shouldn't we have can't like the ministries do something like for your national athletes, like this netball team that went to the Commonwealth game? Is there a way to give them some sort of diplomatic passport kind of a thing? Or that maybe
can be special dispensation made for national teams in certain respects. As you said, they should be working through whatever ministry that affords that to them. But we don't seem to have those associations anyway in the first place.
Mr. Porter is saying that they can deny your entry for bringing in fried dumpling in your suitcase. So maybe somebody was bringing in fried dumpling in their pocket. I don't know.
Well, we have to laugh at these things, right? We have to laugh because they seem unreal. But I say this many times. Back to the football thing, which is my hope is that we'll have other candidates who put themselves, who's in Jamaica, who are doing well, who have some resume,
but Cranky, you know what is funny though, Cranky? This is why persons, I don't think there's ever been a person outside of the football who has run and won. And that is why I think how the expansion of the vote has been done, it doesn't even facilitate that. Because a lot of the votes are still right in the block of the same footballing persons who normally determine who leads.
But I'm sure if somebody who has certain look, it depends on who the people who are interested in football in Jamaica, right? I'm sure if there was a business person with significant pedigree, who have accomplished a lot, and who was willing to invest, I'm gonna use the word invest, to secure the position, they would do so. But I'm not sure you have that, right? So most people are going to be interested in the football.
But you know what though, Cranky? You know how it is. The person who has billions, you have to spend most of their time checking their money. They don't have time to take up this thing. Man. that's the problem.
That is true also. They count their money.
They think they have time to be flying here and there and arguing with people over $2,500. They don't have time. And that's the thing. The people, they don't have time for those things. They don't have time. Because I don't think like Peter Gould would even run. I don't think those guys consider taking on
But you know
things.
what happens in the US, right? Some of the people with significant corporate involvement accomplishment are involved in sports and are involved in soccer in the US.
I think sometimes what they do, they find like, for example, a billionaire will find somebody in their company to put as the face and put the money behind them. I think that is more common. But you're not going to see like Mark Zuckerberg or these guys are Bezos. You're not going to see that Bezos is his name.
No, they're not going to be involved. But somebody who has accomplished a lot in the corporate environment.
Yeah.
They normally is involved, right? In like the presidency and some of those elected positions,
Yeah, man. All right.
Hopefully, we'll find a suitable candidate.
So you said that some of the Argentinians are having.
I heard that two of the players were having some issues. I may not be I think I heard Martinez and someone else. Martinez or maybe Romario was the kid that played for Tottenham.
Okay.
I thought Romario, whatever his name is. I thought I heard those two were having some visa issues, so I'm not sure what that is.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think Argentina is supposed to be here or supposed to be here.
Yeah, they have Honduras. They don't have Honduras tomorrow.
I don't remember which team they're playing, but I know
they have Honduras down in Florida, I think, before they play Jamaica. Okay. This is what I'm saying, that Argentina is wise. Argentina pick team that they can beat to build up their ranking. Friday the game is being played. So that's what Jamaica need to do.
Well, the team we got picked to build up ranking now have no ranking to build up on. You'll pick the 158 team. We went from we are going in a direction, but it's the wrong direction we're going in.
Yeah.
Where are we now? In the 70th something? We're going the wrong direction.
Stop checking.
We need management.
I can't see below 59.
Wait, here's my last point, management. I heard you said you have some affiliation, and obviously my last point for one now. I heard you have some affiliation with the coach. Tell the coach, the guy in England, go look for players. Not just Pato now. Tell him the guy in England, go source player. You hear what Tony say? After we pursue him once, and when he come back, kind of fizzle out. They kind of fizzle out from people.
That's what Tony said?
Yes.
When?
We pursued, he said we came to him when he was playing for Brentford and he wanted to concentrate on Brentford.
When did he say that?
They were talking to him about being called up for England.
Yeah.
And why he made the decision to go with England versus Jamaica. and he was said Jamaica came to him. I think when he was at Brentford playing the championship, he wanted to focus on Brentford, and he said nothing happened after that.
Lie, man.
But
Listen,
he always had confidence to play England team.
him not out the truth, man. Even when he was in the Premier League, I knew that he was being pursued. But what I was saying,
But that's what he said. I don't know. That's what he said. So,
yeah, but what I'll say is that a lot of the Jamaicans in London, them not happy about him because they believe that he's not going to be in the World Cup squad.
He won't. I don't see him getting over the kid from Newcastle. What's his name? He's injured now with a hamstring injury.
Callum Wilson.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna get over Callum Wilson. He may still go, because he's being highly rated nowadays. If you listen to Talk Sports, there people are really.
Listen, I know Southgate.
In fact, they were picking a Premier League team today just from players, like 1 or 2 players from every team, and they were kind of forcing him into the team. So when you score 3 hat-trick and you're in form, and if he stays not injured, Calvert-Lewin, the kid from Newcastle, they all either are injured and not in form. He may go, even because they may take 3 or 4 forwards, so he may go.
So I think like Sancho, Rashford, Calvert-Lewin, Callum Lewis, Tammy Abraham will make it very difficult for him to make that.
They're saying he offers. No, I'm telling you, my name's man. Just listen to the next to the narrative. They're saying his skill set is somewhat unique and different from some of the other players. So they want diversity in terms of. I'm telling you that.
No.
Tammy Abraham may go.
Yeah. I just see Neil's comment says phony Tony. Love last year.
I don't call him phony. Look. You gotta understand this now. Here's my last point for the 10th time. If you are Jamaica, if you're born in Jamaica, say you're of Chinese descent, right?
Yeah.
You're born in Jamaica. Do we expect you to play for Jamaica or for China?
China. Yeah.
We just have this sense that, you know what, because you're affiliated with us in some way, shape, or form, you have to be inclined to be with us. Some of those kids have never even been to Jamaica. So we should, look, I think what we should be doing is pursuing them at a younger age, as you mentioned before, especially the ones who we know have certain unique ability. Yeah. We can guarantee them that they're going to be able to play for us if they have certain skill set, if they have a certain quality, because we don't have that ton of quality at a certain level. And hopefully they'll decide to come to us early.
I don't want Tony to play for England. I want the Jamaican coach to talk to him. So I want Southgate drop him.
Well, here's the question, which is how many? Well, you have to have 3 caps.
Yeah, 3. I think it's 4. Right? It's 4. It's either 3 or 4.
He will only have 2 by the World Cup.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't get selected, he's still going to be eligible. Okay. I think they play the Nations League, so they only have 2 caps.
Yeah, but what I'll say though is this: that the coach, I did mention this. That part. I mean, I know that he wants to talk to, and I did say that he wants to talk to. I don't think he can talk to every player because I mean I think like there is over close to 400, right? But I think
before you go further, the man need to have base in England.
No. What I'm saying though is that he is going to go to England. So I know that part of his thinking is that we need to just look and see who gets into the World Cup squad. Whoever connected to Jamaica that don't make that England World Cup squad, we need to call them immediately, arrange a friendly match, and get them into the team. That is part of the strategy.
Okay, so that's very tactical,
and
that's, I agree with that strategy.
Right, and that's starting tactical with the Premier League first.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would agree with that as a tactical move, but you need a much more comprehensive, holistic strategy about how he pursue players or he source players to get into the national program. If we're gonna have 100 players, let's have 100 quality players, not 20 quality players or 10 quality players. Yeah. So I would hope that people like Omar Hutchinson, who we know are young, you know what, management also part of that strategy has to be go work with the ministry, as Ian always talk about, to figure out how we can get these people Jamaican passport. Whether they want to play for us immediately, we'll get them a Jamaican passport.
Yeah. I am hoping that because my support to the program would be like I would work with like a Ian and maybe like I don't know, um maybe we can start maybe talk to Kyle. Maybe we can start with the Reggae Boys Supporters Club. Start something where we 100 people give $1, and we use $1 a month. 100 people give $1 a month, and then we use that $100 to help get a passport. And just say to the player, listen, we have the money, we will help you to get the passport. You don't, just in case you get called up, so we help with the whole process, help them get the passport. And we can start that from now. Just get the Jamaican passport as long as they can prove that they do that. I don't know if that maybe that is something, and maybe as fans we can do that. We can do that to help the program.
Yeah, no idea should be discarded. But we should assess the ideas and figure out which ideas we think will work and will contribute to the program in a meaningful way and pursue it. I don't think we're gonna have a problem giving $1. You throw away $1 every day. So if that's $1, because the more you can pool, but we gotta be very targeted and thoughtful about where that money gets spent. When things come to money, people lose their mind. But I would agree that some of these players, especially some of the younger ones, under 17, under 15, under 20, who we can see have significant potential and can matriculate to the national program, we should be allowing them to get that passport. They may not come with us eventually, but at least we know we've made a meaningful attempt and they can see the effort being made to get them to be part of the program.
Yeah, Mr. Porter is saying I spoke with a parent who has a son at Manchester City for the U17, and he is over the moon to have his son represent Jamaica, and there are many more. I think he was trying to know, the point you were making earlier, that if you're born in China of Chinese descent, who do you want to play for Jamaica? Mr. Porter, he could be still over the moon, but if England call him, when Jamaica call him, as much as he's over the moon for representing Jamaica, he could still go, because that's why I don't give the players a hard time, because that's where they are born. Some of them don't have any. Some of these guys have never been to Jamaica, They have never even spoken to any relative in Jamaica. So when they make a decision, for England, I don't feel I would love for them to come, but I can understand why some of them choose otherwise.
Yeah, but some people can't manage band because we think we're so special and they have to select us first, and they don't realize that's not how it works. Kids grew up in England, that's all they know, that's all they've been around. Some of them don't even have a ton of Jamaican affiliation, frankly, when they're in England.
Yeah,
and a lot of them do,
and
but some don't.
Yeah, and Clayton is saying that the parents should get them a Jamaican passport from a young age if they see potential, just in case England doesn't call them up. So should the parents be doing this?
Most things everybody in England have money, make him stay there. We have no money to get a passport. I try to buy. People don't understand how it works, It's not like the US. Some people in England don't do well financially. So they have difficulty affording plane fare, affording to spend money in a discretionary basis. I think if we can help some of those kids, just to show that another thing, just to show that we are really interested in them, that we care enough to do this, that they should consider us, then I think we are the ones pursuing them. We should do that.
Yeah. And I think some of the parents, man. But all right, Cranky. Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on as usual. Yeah, man. Yeah. Listen, and I don't know if some of the parents know the rule that allows them to. So here's what I think. And so I did say this to Ian, that we need to do something, man. We need to do like a show, hoping that the parents can hear it, where we discuss how to get your citizenship and your passport as a footballer, and probably do a video like that, and here are some of the issues that you'll have in the process, and do those things so people can know and keep putting this out there. Listen, if you have a son or a daughter and you know that you have Jamaican background, like Shaquille O'Neal, Shaquille O'Neal could have played for Jamaica, Shaquille O'Neal father is Jamaican. Patrick Ewing, Jamaica. All of these guys. You understand me? So you can never tell. Yeah, you just put the information out there, and just in case they want to, they can yeah, they can, I don't know, they can just come on board, and because they already have the passport, but the parents may not know. I think that is it. Some of the parents don't know the process. They don't know that if you have a grandparent, you're probably qualified to play. So maybe we need to do more videos trying to help the parents to understand that. Yeah. We have to make sure. Yeah, man. Eagle, I'm so confident that Omari Hutchinson is going to be a part of the Jamaica setup down the road. I am confident. I think he should have been called up. My opinion is that he should have been called up for the squad. For whatever reason, he wasn't. But I think going ahead, I believe if the coach should go to England, like he's one of the players that he should meet with and talk to. Yeah. It's a push and pull issue. If our admin gets a veneer of professionalism, it will be a pull. And if our team looks like they repeat qualifiers, the talent will come. True. That's true to Neo. Success will help with that. If the team starts winning games and stuff, that will help. But it's also about this though, Neo. If players who think that they should have been called up, say like a Kyle Walker-Peters, who maybe won't get called up, or Tyrese Mitchell and Ben Johnson and Nathan Ferguson, and these guys could say, you know what, these guys don't rate me here. Let's look elsewhere. People will come into the end of the show. Man, some players, like in case of Nile Ranger, was estranged from his Jamaican father. Ranger found out that his father had moved to Cayman Islands. They never had a relationship. Okay, you have that too. Yep. Yeah. And some of these people, their families have had bad experiences in Jamaica, and they don't have anything to do with Jamaica. I know someone like that. Big baller that would never. He chose not to play international football. That easily played for Jamaica. Big baller. But his family, they had some very bad experiences in Jamaica. So that could be also a factor. Success attracts. Success, we must simultaneously target success at the youth level in conjunction with the senior setup. Right, Clive McLean? We believe that. And that is why the push that we made to get the under 20 players. I think even the under 17, we need to bring in some good under 17 talent early. Find some of these guys in the Chelsea and the Arsenal academies and the Liverpool academies that are Jamaican, and bring them in right now to play in the under 17 tournament in February. Might be controversial, but this is why the girls easier time recruiting. A lot of the girls are from the US diaspora is close. Exactly. Yeah, it's easier for us to, it's easier for us to, and here's the thing. The truth is, families like the families in England, they are so far apart. In the US, it's different. There's a close connection. We almost, people try and find them family them in the US, man. Understand me? You know, it's a remittance important. And barrel, yeah, man. Barrel don't really come from England, so what you know. Back in the days, them used to write, the barrel thing is an American thing. Where the barrel there, yeah, so big. I feel JFF doesn't want to pursue players because they don't want to pay. When the players call them, they have to pay their way. All right. Let me say this, right? No, listen, one thing I know, you see, if the Adidas money was a little bit, they would tell we long time. They would say, listen, we only get in 10,000 US a month, so it's not a lot of money. The reason why we will never hear how much money Adidas giving because a whole heap of money Come on now. So I don't think they can resist calling players. Because here's what. This to me is the one opportunity we have to qualify. Because I tell you, if we don't qualify for 2026, our grandchildren them have to go start run to YouTube and them thing and talk about it. Yeah. I told people already that, like, mate, remember, the first thing I said is that Mason Greenwood, we need to talk to Mason Greenwood. Because, personally, I find it hard to see Mason Greenwood play for England again. So, I would say, right now, JFF, call Mason Greenwood. After the World Cup, I'm not going to be in the side. Call him. Call him up. Call him up. He can still play for Jamaica, right? Yeah, man. Somebody time out. Somebody who time out? Who time out Tennessee? Tennessee, you time out yourself? Did Tennessee time out himself? You really believe that he will play for England in the future? I don't think so. I don't see that happening. I don't think so. All right. All right, Mr. Simmons. Listen, hey, any of the subscribers them in Denver, Colorado? Which one are you in Denver, Colorado? If you're in Denver, Colorado, just say Denver, Colorado. If you live in Denver, Colorado. So, Eagle Republic are the greatest. I really think we should make the effort and reach out to Mason Greenwood. Let Greenwood know that we are expert at rehabilitation. Ask Marlon, Ravel, and the dude who went from prison to the. What about Jamie Lawrence? Anthony Grant, Jamie Lawrence, you know? What? CC. Let me call CC. CC. People, this is the last call for them. Maybe we talk to CC. Cause I still don't understand what is going on with this. I don't understand what is going on with this 16 business. CC, answer the phone because you're online, you know, CC. Hello. Good evening. Is this CC Sports Lab?
Good evening. Good evening.
How you doing, man?
I'm okay.
All right. You're live on air, you know.
How you asked it to me?
Yeah, because everybody keep asking me about. Cause I keep, you and I are friends. Like somebody said, Rob Simmons, under 17 but over 16, the rock can't come in, and then it's a big up CC Sports Lab. What that have to do with you? You know about that song?
I don't understand what they're talking about.
Okay.
I thought you called me to talk some football related.
Oh, no, I thought that because we're talking about the under 17 team for February. So I thought when they were talking about under 17 and under 16 rock and come in, I thought it had something to do with that. But now you're telling me that it's not footballing reason. So I don't know. I don't know. That's all. Yeah. But you have been listening to the show. Seeing that you don't have a clue what they're talking about. you know. Yeah. You have been listening to the show?
Yeah, I've been listening to the show.
Okay, Ian. So what are your thoughts on it? Because we're going to close, I don't know. We have a couple of minutes. 16 candles. Okay. He make a 16 talk. What day? CC should coach the under 17. You see, I said
Yo, the
something going
love
on.
me, and
A man
anyway,
say
no,
C16 lie. All the things here, but
no, what I say is man is man. My issue with this whole voting thing and the whole thing when they might change up in terms of the voting. It's good to change up the voting process, from 13, but it's not good to change it up when it's still basically not transparent and still in your favor, right?
yeah.
When I set it up to me something like how the American does their English system, or as you rightfully said, say people who operate a club or a legitimate club can justify the second vote within the parish. But to me, the persons who are even going on the ballot, if them people get nominated, I don't even think that they should be running any at all. They shouldn't even be up for nomination because we're going in the same direction. Remember, it was said that if it wasn't for this president, would have seen drastic things happening and other persons with other persons if they had gotten at the power. And I suspect that some of those persons who have this type of personality are going to be on the ballot.
Yeah.
And to my opinion, that doesn't bode well for Jamaica football going forward. It's the same people to me, man, it's a recycle. So right now, if I had a vote, I would have vote back cricket. The only problem with me have is the people around the president. Meaning that I think you probably should have a vote to vote for them people. Because
Yeah.
we don't know how we're gonna get out some of these people out of this program if we can't get it out by election or what. Because to me, I had said it before. I said the media should get 25%. The something there. The federation people have to get 50% and the funds should get 25%. That is what I said
Of,
should have
of,
happened
of
now.
what?
The voting.
So what about the people who run clubs who are putting their money in it? What category they for?
All right. That is why I'm saying to you that the people, all right, say you get media 25%.
Why the
You
media
get
need
the
to get
funds.
such a high percentage of the vote? How does the media contribute to the sport itself to get that?
No, that's why I'm saying to you that is where our landscape needs to change. Because at the end of the day, it's media worldwide that pushes sports. Whatever media is the media behind a lot of these sports in a lot of countries make the sports ascend to certain heights, and the money that it generates within the sport. So to me, if you never know want to give media that, but you should have, as you rightfully said, and corrected me in terms of the people that put money in them club, they should be part of the voting. So you can push down the voting if you want to put the voting in a four block, where you have the fans that vote, the media vote, the federation people, the federation them like the FA them, the 13 FA vote, and then the club and the people them from the club them vote. So you have to proportionate management because you want everybody have a skin in the game. The fans
Yeah.
that pay them money to watch the match. You understand? What they have to do is create a legitimate place where you can have say, oh, this place say your reggae boys fans or reggae boy fans club, like a legitimate thing where these people are the one that's selected. And everybody are gonna vote, But you have selected members who are gonna vote on behalf of. So it's like the fan club would have, say fan club have 100 people and you have a person who is leading. The person who is leading not necessarily are gonna vote to him who him want, They're gonna keep a vote meeting and then decide. So they put the names together and the most votes within the fan club If the most vote goes to, so the most vote go to management. Management is who the person who is in charge, the person who is designated is going
Yeah.
to vote for. And then the same thing with the club and same thing with the media, you give out certain allotted votes. Because when it comes down to it, nobody
I just think you
will.
just give one vote to the Press Association of Jamaica.
I'm gonna tell you why management. I want to give more. If depending, if you say, all right, them have 57 votes. They have 57 votes, right? Give the press association, give the press 7 votes then. Give
Why?
the press
Why
7 votes.
one? Then any more than one?
But why you gonna give them 1 vote management? You
What?
give
What?
one person vote.
The Press Association is one. If ISA have one, how you will give the Press Association 7?
All right, you give the press association 1. You give ISA 1, right?
Yeah.
You give the federation them 1,
You give the
which is
PSLJ 1.
13.
You
You
give the
say you give the press.
SDF Sports Development Foundation. You give the Social Development Commission because those places operate them the sporting stuff. So you have all of those entities that you give the Referees Association. You
But
broaden the
we
pool.
still think they need to give the funds them 1 vote.
The funds.
I can give the funds them 1.
That could be, well, it would that look like a very good idea, but how you get the funds them for vote? Unless you go like, what is there a fan club that funds register to and that organization gets a vote?
That is what I'm saying. They should have other. We should have formalized a organization that funds register to, and in the organization we vote who we want, and then the person go vote
Yeah.
or designate one person and vote for that person.
Yeah, we have around 16 minutes left, CC. So
Well, that means that I thought you had said 16 votes,
16.
But
Me never said nothing about 16. Oh, 16 coming to this.
you said we have around 16 minutes left, man.
So you said what? So what that have to do with 16? 16 upon your mind?
Like 16, I magic number for everybody. So, but as I said, our
Yeah.
management, we have to give the different sporting organizations. To me, as you said, 26 vote gone to the federation. Why? Why them get so much vote? That means that
Not to the federation, to the Parish
the
Association.
FA
Yeah, the Parish
Parish
Association.
Association.
Yeah.
But why is it that they have to get so much vote? Why them have to get so much vote? Because as you rightfully said, you give every sporting organization, sporting body.
Yeah, you could even go like the PSOJ, Private Sector Association. You can give one too. Like I said, ISA, Referees Association, players. So there are several entities that I think that Social Development Commission, Sports Development Foundation, you understand me? I think they could do that. Yeah.
To me, that is the fear. That is the most fear and transparent.
Like Eagle Republic is saying, the Reggae Boys fan club. Because that's an organization, if fans register, if like you could say, if you have over 100 persons registered, then you get a vote.
Yeah.
I
think something like that. So then, if we do that, if they have fans, them have that means they could have a vote. So enough people come on attack, we have skin in our game as well, just like anybody else. So I think that to me gets everybody in Jamaica involved in the football. So if the football going in a certain direction, and to me, the next thing what them do when them do that management, to me, and this I go so in a way, and I don't know if people would say do it. I think the votes them should be revealed. Who you vote for?
No, you can't do that. There's nowhere voting is done where people reveal who people vote for, CC.
You know, know that
where that happened?
Player here, management.
Hey man, CC, that is not a come on, man. That come on, CC. That's not for no position, man. You really gonna use World Player of the Year thing and them thing there, CC. Come on, CC. Do better than that. Nobody stoop to the level of CC, man.
No, but in any event though, I think that is the best way to do it. Give these places one vote, because if the people in the Parish Association decide to go with who them want to go with, a 13 alone them have. Saying was say yo, out of the next 44 vote, the next 44 vote is different and separated around far and vast and much more transparent to me. Say people are gonna come and fuss, we can say, and it wouldn't necessarily be 44 votes in a management. It's 44 votes in number, but in a one organization, for example, in a ISA, it's not one person at ISA go decide who them are going to vote for specifically.
Yeah, but I suggested that before.
Oh yeah, I suggested it before.
What I was saying is that how do you do it?
Or would you do? I'm thinking that you would have a group of people. For example, ISA is an organization, right? So the leading body that make up ISA in terms of the members of ISA who make it up, like the principal, they make it up. So if you have, say, have 100 principal make it up, the 100 principal have to come together and cast a vote to each of the person that on the ballot. The person who get the most vote is the person that them have to vote for. So it's not one person get a vote and go vote for one man. So if you have 3 names on the ballot and you have 100 people, the person with the majority vote is who you have to vote for. So irrespective if one man chose Uncle Sam and another man and the most vote go to Uncle Tom is the one who has to get the vote. Even if next person to get because it makes
we have to go have a next tomorrow, right? When I'm going to give out some of the candidates for the thing, then I think we can further the discussion because it's actually time to close. CC, but I want to ask you, you know this song? I'm going to do the lyrics of a song, right? The man I laugh. No, I'm going to tell me what you think about this song, right? Because this song was a top song in Jamaica. When you tell me what you think about it, it says, well, 4-year-old no wicked feeling, but you know, say 2-year-old I carry the swing, man. Lord, it name. 2-year-old, me love it, 2-year-old. You know the song the CC? And it says, in our mouth have a smell good, and pan our teeth have to look good. And titty them.
Know that song there.
You don't know that song there?
So young. No,
you know that song there? Frozy arm, we know one on Frozy arm, and Jonjo arm, we know one on Jonjo arm, and pull up your arm if you arm Frozy. Now put it down, cause me smell it already. You don't know that song there?
No, I'm so young.
You know this song? She was 16 years old. You know the one there?
Yeah, man, that one, never know.
You know the one there? Oh, you know the 16-year-old one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why they call it the 16-year-old boss. Hey, see.
Bless up. But man, as me say, still that makes it more ethical, isn't it?
Yeah.
That make it voting more ethical, man, or more transparent, in my opinion. Because otherwise, you're gonna get
some time I don't understand on the words, you know. I don't know how you make the voting more ethical. I don't know how that word fit in the sentence. What? Because
no, because I was saying to you that what they were doing before is not ethical. It's not illegal, but it's not ethical.
How the vote were before, it is not ethical.
No.
Alright.
Man, you and me know say what ethics mean, right?
No, but CC, the people there are guided by their bylaws, like Sunflower, I think, asked earlier. The Constitution permitted them to have 13 votes.
But who set up this Constitution?
Who set up the Constitution? No, the board of directors. So to say that they follow the Constitution and had a constitutional voting process, to say that it is unethical, I don't think it is the right word. What you and I can agree on is like it is not wide enough to cover all the different areas of the sport. And in its expansion, It is, the comments that me I laugh off here, see, because we don't know this comment section tonight is dedicated to you. You understand? We can tell you that. But right, but expansion it needs to be more like I think there needs to be more explanation as to why the new votes are allocated the way. What is, and I think that is what we need to start asking people. Um, you know, I say this to my kids pretty often that I know what you did. What is important to me is not really the what in a CC, is the why.
Mm-hmm.
Is the why. Why? Why? Because where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. And the why question always answer the purpose. What is the purpose of this? Why is the expansion this way? And I think that is the question that somebody needs to come and explain to, to the public. Why we have
When
included these groups and
the winner
allocated.
shall come
Yeah.
and say why.
No, we need to know from before because it may not make any sense. So it can be challenged. But I think the why is what we need to know. Not the how many, but why. Why are the votes going here? Why are they going there? Why are they going there? That's what we need to know. But yeah, man, but big up CC. Always a pleasure having you on the program. You understand me? But I think you
They
need
are
to
cut me off after 16 minutes.
what I think you need to do is that wherever you made that 16 comment, you need to go and clarify because I look like the people them don't understand what you mean.
Yeah,
I
follow
don't
them
think I
deep
don't
left.
think the people them understand what you mean. Like, you know, 16, sweet 16 and all. I don't know. Cause I never hear it, so me I try to figure it. And you're not telling me, and nobody telling me. So I don't know what is going on. What did you say, CC? That the age of consent is 16?
That is what I said. And the man then jumped down for me like me. I say, yo, what did I say wrong?
So what is the age of consent give you ethical, let me use your big word, ethical reason?
Not me. Man is me, not me. The man never talk about coach and getting young girl pregnant and young girl and saying that young girl must in a, as a of a certain age group. So I say if a girl is 16-year-old, which is the legal age, what is it is whose business is it if she's involved with a man?
Whose business is it? But you're
Exactly.
missing
That
the
is what I'm
point.
asking.
All right, so see, it's not a man, it is a coach.
Yeah, but I'm saying, is he coaching the young lady?
But that is what you said. You said coaching young ladies, unless that is not the case. That is
No, I'm saying unless he's coaching young ladies, it is wrong. But he's not. If he's not coaching young ladies,
no
then
man.
what?
CC can't be that. Listen, if it is all right, so say let's not use coaching. So the principal of a high school, because he's not coaching a young lady, can talk to a 16-year-old.
Man is man by society. The optics don't look right. The optics.
Me not ask you if it
The
optics.
optics.
So you're saying that is that a right or wrong, brother?
I'm not sure you something, man. Is man.
Me know what
The
you
same.
can't show me nothing coming on go see it. Me ask you right
Let
or
me say,
wrong.
all right. Let me say something. You're gonna say right or wrong, and I'm saying to you that you have a person, a female is 30, and her husband is 50. When this female When this female was 15, how old was the
All
husband?
right, so let me say this, CC. CC, somebody 30 and somebody 50. They are adults. A 16-year-old is not an adult.
So what question? Why is this person 30 and adult?
Why are they? Oh, you really have asked me why a 30-year-old is an adult?
Why is that 18-year-old an adult?
CC, you know I'm gonna save you, yeah, man.
No, me
No,
ask a question.
no,
Why is an
CC.
18-year-old?
CC. All right, watch out, CC. At 2 hours, 40 minutes, 48 seconds. So by the time you come off the video, go ending at 2 minutes, 60. Me, I go save you. Me, I go save you, CC.
No, me just ask you a question. Why is an 18-year-old an adult?
CC. Make we just end the show no CC, man.
No, but more know.
CC, let us end the show no CC, man.
All right, I got end the show.
Thank you very much.
No man must follow any law, because law is not legal.
CC, go and take a medication. Have a good night. Thank you for coming. Huh? Go take a medication. Man. Yeah. All right, CC. Yeah. People, that was CC. Some people call him Clarendon College. Some call him Comedy Central. Some call him Chatty. I don't know, but pray for him. Pray for CC. Sometimes you have to understand CC don't take his medication. I go to youth and rate him. I'm a virgin. CC, big up yourself, I'm a virgin. But good night, one and all. Tomorrow I'm going to give you part 2. I'm going to tell you the 3 persons who I believe are possible candidates who could win. 3. And we're going to go through the rest of the parish president. All right? Big up for yourself. So many names. CC Sports Lab, the man gone at the comment section. We're going to end the show. All right. At this time, we say, as usual, we are over and we are OUT. Out of here. CC, come off of the show. Come out to the comment section, bro. We are out of here, people. Have a wonderful night. This has been a great show. I am Management. We are over and out.
Yo, watch about dog. SK New heard this. The body out there. Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Ocherase, Galtigo Bay. Everywhere. I Am Sure Sports. Check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like, yeah. Someone on for the food from young, from where they knee height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.